All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of what I'm calling. It's called the Nico Miller Show, but the name's tentative. I don't know. It'll just be somewhat of a more informal video series where I'm just talking to the camera, no script, no professional research like I usually do. Just me and you talking just like this, just in my apartment bedroom, nothing special. And I mainly want to just speak about everything that's on my mind first and foremost, but also explore new things, maybe get a live stream going and speak with the chat. I can't figure out how to do the live stream properly yet. That's the primary reason why I haven't done one, but I'll do one in the future because I think it'll be better to just speak to some of you, the little following that I have. And I think today I'll hit 1,500 followers on TikTok, so that's something to be celebrated. And with that, I think it's fair that I do a little bit of a biography. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nico Miller. I was born on December 25th, 2004, which means that I'm 21 years old as of the making of this video. You could do the math if you're watching it later. I was born on, I was born on December 25th, 2004 in Nassau, the Bahamas. And I lived there and grew up there for the first 18 years of my life. And, that was interesting. I may speak about it some in the future. But after that, I've went to engineering school. I go to Mississippi State University for mechanical engineering, and I've been doing that thus far. Some of the main projects that I've done, at least, let's do engineering first. Some of the main projects that I've done with regards to engineering is that for almost 2 years now, I've worked with composite materials, doing material science stuff, mostly carbon fiber and carbon fiber testing, because I got a part time job at the Advanced Composites Institute at my school. And what else? I've worked in industrial engineering in Mississippi, where I go to different manufacturing plants, different factories, and do stuff with that and help them. What else? Just other random engineering stuff. If I had a chat, I could give you guys time to ask me some questions. But that's that. With regards to other stuff, I've released a book, The Bahamian Dictionary, a while back. Not recently. A while back. I've been advertising it more, but a while back. It's just a dictionary of Bahamian words and phrases. It's something that I thought was needed. It was a summer, so I wrote it. And I write every day. I write a lot of stuff. So I hope to maybe release more books. And also I have a blog, nicomiller.com. You should go and check it out. I mostly write about Bahamian stuff, but anything that's on my mind, sometimes engineering stuff, sometimes things related to technology, however I'm feeling. And is that a proper bio? Did I miss anything? I hope I didn't. But I figured let's go through the blog now, and within doing that, we figure out what else to speak about. Yeah, got the handy dandy iPod. I'll go from latest, as in the one I just did a few days ago, to some of the earliest stuff and speak about them. The last one was how to fix the terrible roads in the Bahamas. All the things that I do on my blog, I mainly just, it's things that I think about, things that I'm curious about and I want to investigate, and that's what I do. So I always wondered why the roads in the Bahamas are just trash. Well, not all of them, because it's a very peculiar situation in that some of the roads that are old, like the one that goes from the airport into town, into the six-legged, or yeah, it's a six-legged roundabout. The one at the intersection of Bahama IMAX, that one. It's really good, although it's really old, very smooth. A lot of the ones in the city, they're like brand new, but they're all patched up and messed up. So I wanted to investigate that. And what I found in this one was that it was 100% the utility company's fault. Water and sewage and Bahamas Power and Light, what they would do is when they did their repairs, they patched it up using cold mix asphalt rather than hot mix asphalt. You could read the exact specifics in the blog, nicomil.com. But basically, they don't patch it up right, and there's no oversight for them. That's why the roads are so bad. What else? I did a segment on agriculture because what was it? It's some crazy statistic. I got it from I think it was the Caribbean Development Bank or one of those big guys who produce a lot of articles. Those stuff are good too. You should read them if you're a curious guy that likes to read stuff like that. But 92% of the food that we have in the Bahamas are imported, meaning that we basically don't grow any of our own food. And I always find that to be a peculiar situation as well, since there's a lot of just trees growing around in the country that no one does anything with. So we definitely have productive capacity in that we could have a good agriculture industry, but it seems like it's something that's untapped. And I went about that in the article. It's been so long, I really can't even remember. I won't even lie to you. Many times I have to reread my own stuff before I speak. But what I realized was that we basically weren't trying. We were over relying on foreign countries, the United States, for food, which is why people are so fat nowadays because it's all processed. We don't plan to get our own food or just have organic stuff. And we used to have one or two like Dairy Made. I see it all the time right across from UB and Albury's Champion, but they've all shut down for various reasons, which it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking because now you can't. When you go into the stores, you can't even buy anything Bahamian, even if you wanted to. So that's that. I can't remember. If you wanna go back to it, read the article. It's this one. Hopefully that focuses. It was a banging one too. That's probably one of the best ones I've written. I really like that one. Let's see. Nonsense. I remember this one. Nonsensical hair rules in the Bahamas. Talked about my frustrations growing up in the Bahamas and having to follow the retard level rules regarding hair. No, my hair isn't that done today. It's not as pretty as usual. I'm getting it done tomorrow. But basically, growing up in Bahamian schools, you can't have any hair, which is the most house nigger rule I've ever seen in my life. And whenever you ask someone, well, why, they say something like, well, discipline or this and that and this and that. They don't even know. They don't know. It's just, I guess, just stay in order. What else? Mapping Nassau bus routes. I dabbled with GIS data for a little bit. I really got into that. And I plotted maps and stuff of things in the Bahamas, such as I got a survey of where people was and where they wanted to be so that I could generate bus route demand. And I did. I did. I still have the data. Pardon me. I may place it on the website, the raw data. I placed the map, of course, but I may place the raw data on the website for anyone who wanted to get the data. Someone emailed me and they wanted it, but I guess it really slipped through my memory. I've been busy recently. And then I did one, my solution to the energy crisis. Energy has gotten a lot better in the country. I know I haven't really lived there for a bit, but when I was a kid, when I was a younger man, I guess, the lights would go off all the time. But now things are a lot better than they were. I know the lights doesn't go off like that. And I saw that there's a lot of new solar panel development and stuff. Oh, now I remember what I spoke about. I spoke about how well, I don't want to say climate change is a scam, but it's pretty close to it. No, let me rephrase that. Uh, this whole sustainable development, all that stuff, it's a big scam. And I'm in engineering, okay? No one knows about the environment more than I do. It's just a big scam. It doesn't make any sense. We're like a country of 500,000 people. If everyone decided to burn gas and pollute whatever, it wouldn't make a difference. It would be a drop in the bucket compared to everyone else. But still, the reason that I like renewable energy so much is that we don't produce any gas in the Bahamas. We just don't have it. But obviously, we need power and electricity. So using solar energy, which, sand, sun, and sea, that's why there's gold on the flag because of the sun. It makes too much sense. So I feel like we should embrace solar. And I visited all the boundaries, mostly self-imposed that there were regarding that. In that there were like heavy duties on solar, and you, especially with the big companies, they had to support BPL, which I don't mind. If it's a good service, I don't mind it getting support. But BPL really never turned a profit, so they never serve the interest of the people or even of themselves. So I don't think you should be forced to. You got to open up the grid. You know, it's one of the benefits of the free and open market. We get better stuff. And I also looked at how microgrids could improve things. It's like local small energy systems where you could integrate, gas turbines, solar, all of that. And it would be more like small nodes in a bigger system that connect rather than having one central system, and it provides energy to everyone else. And it had its benefits. I explored it in the article. Again, if you're that interested in it, read it. I can't remember. And I did a bunch of just random stuff. It takes a while to get your foot in and to gain momentum, even to the ideas of the articles that I should write. That's why whenever I kind of do these videos, I ask you guys of advice of what I should do and what articles to write, because I'm just sitting there and I don't want to waste. Usually it takes me like a week to write these articles. I don't want to waste a week and no one's going to read it and no one's going to watch it. That's a big waste of time. So let me know what you want to see and we could do that. Did I gloss over? Oh, in the bio, I didn't say everything. What else? Hobbies. I like to cook. I like to watch TV sometimes when I have time. You know, Mostly lighthearted stuff. The Golden Girls, SpongeBob, Bob L'éponge. I don't like serious movies or modern movies. They're not good. Old cowboy pictures, I like those too. And old Italian gangster movies, I like those. I like to cook a lot. It's fun. I'm a volunteer firefighter too. I do that in my free time. Yeah, I think I ran out of things to say, so we could end there. I'll put the link of my. Bear with me. I'll put the link of my blog in the description. I won't put each individual article. You could just search it up. And I'll also put the link to my book. Could always buy it. I could, you know, buy Starbucks for the White House, make some money. That's it. Have a good day.